Hey guys, what's up? This is Shark talking. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about Tales of Crestoria. I'm going to be talking about how can you reduce the lag, the crashes on this game. Because maybe you guys watched it in my live stream, I was getting a lot of crashes, a lot of lagging on this game. And most of these problems can be solved. Either on emulator and on your phone, on your tablet. Maybe you are still having some crashes or some lags. I'll talk about how can you reduce this happening with just configurations, either on the game or either on your emulator. It depends. The first and the worst of it all is the crash that happens when you are navigating the home screen. Sometimes you just launch the game and it crashes instantly and you can even play. So this is the first one you'll be solving. So go here on menu and then you should go on home settings. And actually, the render of the 3D version of your characters on your home screen may cause a lot of crashing. So you just go here and change for 2D, and then you click on 2D display, and this will solve most of the crashes that this game has, especially on emulator. On BlueStacks, this was happening quite a lot of frequency, and this was the only way to reduce it. And I never had any crashing on home screen after I solved it by using this option. Okay, next one is the resolution and the FPS of your game. You just go here, go to options, and then you see that you can change the graphics performance. So luckily when I changed the frame rate from quality to perform, the game started running faster for me, but the 3D image resolution didn't change much. I know that on some cell phones it will be better using on low if you are trying to play too much and then you don't want to overheat, things like that, but the performance was more affected by the frame rate. Another thing, on emulator, changing these settings didn't change anything for me. I don't know if this is because of the emulator I'm using BlueStacks, and changing things here didn't change how much process was using. So the next way for you to reduce the slowdowns and the lags is just by changing the camera of the game. The camera that they use when you start is actually beautiful for some situations. I know that it's good to face the boss and it's behind your characters. But that camera actually slows down the performance of the game. So we should change it, and I will explain how. You see that this one is already different than when you start the game. This one is focusing on the enemies. To change it, you just go to menu, and then you go to settings, and here on camera. Camera mode, here is the one that you start the game. Enemies is the one that I'm using right now. Tracking kinda makes it even slower because it will be changing around the circumstances of the battle. So you see the other thing that you can reduce the slowdowns is using the arts camera off. Yeah, this option here that it's off right now. It means that the game won't try to change the camera when a character is using his arts. And that reduces the slowdowns and also fastening your progress on battle. And when you're playing on raids, this actually helps by getting the boss done very faster. Not only that, if you are thinking about raids, you should also skip the mystical arts, because skipping them will reduce the amount of time you spend defeating bosses. Okay, so let's just click on auto so you can see. The game runs way faster, but it may be lagging a little because when I record videos and gameplay on the same time, sometimes my PC can handle that. But this is something that will make everyone happier, especially on cell phones as well, because that works on cell phones. If your cell phone is not handling battles well, this will solve for you. So the next step is only for emulators, because for cell phones or tablets you already done everything that you could to reduce the slowdowns. But for emulators there is a very important setup that can be changed to solve all the crash problems. It solved it for me, and I'm talking about this right now. Okay, so let me get to my settings. I will click here, settings, and then you should go on engine if you are playing with BlueStacks, and then you should choose performance instead of compatibility. And graphics render, you just use OpenGL. And GPU settings, if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you should use this prefer dedicated computer graphics. This helps. On ASTC texture, just leave this on disable. But the most important of them all is here performance. On performance, you should use only one core. That doesn't really make sense when you look on this. And actually, it really doesn't make sense because the PC will still be using 4 cores to run BlueStacks. But magic happens when you use this setup. It never crashed again for me, never. You can even use RAM with low of 1 GB, but I'm using 2 GB and it running just fine. You do not need more than that on this game, especially if you are only playing one game at a time. And my display is now on 1600 by 900. This works pretty fine as well for me. I never tried 180p, but I think it should work as well. But once you change the configurations to one CPU, you guys will just play another game entirely. No more crashes, no more slowdowns, even more if you did everything I told you just now. So this may help you solve this problem on lag and also from crashes and everything else. So I think this is it, guys. I think this helps. Thank you for joining my channel. Thank you for watching, and we see each other on the next video. Bye.